Bitcoin history is repeating right now, and on today's update video I will be talking about the most important charts and patterns which are telling us something about what the next move is going to be on Bitcoin. So on today's update video I will be discussing the most important liquidity zones in the market and many more important charts. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1000 likes, and with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. And of course, looking at the imminent short term, we are right now creating a new Bitcoin CME future gap over the course of this weekend. And yes, this time around the CME gap is laying somewhere around 60.8k. So like I said in the beginning of the weekend, so on yesterday, I am expecting that Bitcoin is most likely going to be hovering around this price, and of course, as we're going to be seeing maybe a potential big fake out towards the upside or downside, most likely on the Monday or on the Tuesday, we're going to come back towards the exact CME close price, just like we have done in every single weekend. Last week, we created CME gap on the top side, and boom, we filled it up on the lower side. Then the week before, we created the CME gap above us, and just days later, we filled it also up on the top side, and boom, etc., etc. It always goes like this. So if we are going to be creating any big move on the market, it's just going to be a matter of time before we're going to be filling it up. And yes, that is why I'm expecting that Bitcoin is going to be hovering around that 60.8k level. So yes, like we also discussed on yesterday's video, we're creating this massive consolidation phase, and basically Bitcoin is currently hanging on life support. So you can see this very important support box right here, which previously around provided massive support for Bitcoin and currently is still providing massive support for Bitcoin. And only once we broke below this level, and once we did broke below it, we had a significant drop towards the downside. So I will take this level very seriously, and if we potentially break below this level, that is going to be also the point where I will be expecting we could be seeing potentially another sharp move towards the downside for Bitcoin. But of course, what I'm also looking at right now is this massive consolidation phase, and basically Bitcoin is consolidating in this symmetrical triangle, and basically what we're seeing is that Bitcoin is getting ready for the next move here, and whenever the next move is going to get initiated, we're going to be either seeing a break of the downtrend or a break of the uptrend, and that is going to be confirming for us that next move on Bitcoin. So yes, we're right now in this massive consolidation phase, and all we're seeing right now, if we're just zooming out on the bigger perspective, is still sideways consolidation. We've not seen any big breakouts yet so far, but what I'm currently looking at is potentially at this very interesting historical pattern that currently is getting created. Because if we're looking back towards the bull market of 2021, the beginning of the bull market, what we just broke above the all-time high, and towards where Bitcoin is currently sitting, where we also just broke above the all-time high, and also in the beginning of the bull market, Bitcoin is creating a very similar pattern, right? So we see here that in the bull market of 2021, we created a significant downtrend on Bitcoin. We actually went continuously lower. We confirmed even that lower low and basically grabbed out all the liquidity that was getting created here in the market over here. And that is exactly what we did as well. We basically traded in a downtrend right here. We grabbed all the liquidity which was getting created on the market right here. And now we're just seeing Bitcoin consolidating. So what we're seeing here as well in 2021 is that after that, we bounced towards the upside and straight away actually saw a massive rejection downwards again. But we managed to create a higher low and slowly creep towards the upside. And actually, once we did manage to be breaking above that 40k level, that was the point where Bitcoin went absolutely exponential and continued to rally on further towards the upside. So yes, we could be creating something very similar if this higher low gets confirmed on the market right here. Because if this is the higher low that is getting confirmed, we're sitting approximately here in this fractal where we're currently creating. And I believe that this is a very interesting signal that we are making as well in the market, where Bitcoin could really bounce from. And honestly, also, if I'm looking at Bitcoin, this could really be the beginning of a beginning structure of a Bitcoin inverse head and shoulders pattern. And yes, whenever the inverse head and shoulders will be breaking out, we need to be breaking above the downward sloping resist line. But of course, whenever we break above this downward sloping resist line, that is going to be the point where Bitcoin is going to be seeing very explosive price action towards the upside. And honestly, I don't really think that it is looking too bearish. And especially if we bounce from off this level right here, we created a perfect higher low on the market. And that would really make me happy. And that would really also confirm we are going to be starting a big trend reversal on Bitcoin. And if I'm still looking at the funding rates, like you know, if you're following the channel, the funding rates are negative, and historically speaking, once funding rates drop negative in a bull market, it is always an historical bottom signal. And also, if we're looking at the liquidity, The majority is currently being built up above us, sitting around 67,000 US dollars. You can see it on the liquidation heat map as well. There's just the majority of the liquidity is laying above us and not below us. So it would make more sense for me that Bitcoin is most likely going to create another squeeze upwards than another squeeze downwards first. So yeah, if you want to be trading this just like I am, make sure to check out Bybit in the link description of today's video, because you could currently claim a free $200 trade for only signing up an account on Bybit. Deposit $100, which you could also easily withdraw, and you will be able to be claiming a free $200 trade on Bybit or Ethereum. But if you want to be claiming this trade, make sure to sign up an account using this link below, because otherwise you won't have it. So make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video if you are interested in trading cryptocurrencies. So going further in towards the channel, of course, the video, of course, I will remain to be having my trade open, because I really do believe that Bitcoin is still going to be having a bigger bounce. And of course, if we break below this very important box of support, I'm going to be exiting my trade here. So it's going to be very important what I'm going to be doing next. But of course, if you've been watching the channel, you will be staying up to date about what my exact next move is going to be. If I'm looking at the current imminent short term on Bitcoin, we can actually currently see that the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average are actually squeezing each other up. And the last time we saw it was here in the beginning of the year 2024, and we saw actually that it was getting squeezed up. And whenever we broke above that 50-day moving average, that was the point where Bitcoin was really growing exponentially. And now we're still holding on towards the 200-day moving average. We're consolidating ever so slightly. We're finding still some support on this level. So basically, Bitcoin is still holding the support. But yeah, it's right now getting pretty interesting if you would ask me. But we're so far still holding this very important support level for Bitcoin. And I want to be pointing out that in this bull market so far, every 20 to 23% correction has been an opportunity of a lifetime. And currently we are still down here. Let me check this correctly. Currently we're still down 18% here. So I do really believe that there's still a big opportunity, but I don't really believe that Bitcoin is necessarily going to be going lower than the low we've already created right here. So it needs to be your own opinion, but this is what I'm expecting. I don't really think that Bitcoin is going to be going even deeper than this, and we're creating a massive bull flag pattern. And whenever this pattern is going to be breaking out, we're going to see a next explosive move towards the upside. And I mean, on the weekly time frame as well, you can clearly see it. Bitcoin is retesting weekly resistance and flipping it right now into support. Please do not fade it. Do not fade this very important region. And basically as well, on the daily time frame for Ethereum, another thing to mention as well, it looks to also get ready for a massive trade here. And that is why I'm also planning to open up a trade on Ethereum, because in approximately 12 days, it's the final deadline for the spot Ethereum ETF, and potentially it's going to get accepted. There's a very high likelihood it is going to get accepted. And once it does get accepted, this one is going to be absolutely breaking out, and it could lift up the entire industry to go even higher. So make sure to pay attention towards it. But the spot ETF on Ethereum is about to be happening, and I will keep you guys up to date on the channel about that, because currently we're in exactly 11 days out, and I will keep you guys up to date about what is happening over there. But anyways, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy it, if you did learn something from it, don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.